Welcome to AppSec Contradictions, a 7-part video series presented by Sean Martin. The goal: to explore the gaps between promise and reality in application security. In Part 2, the focus is on threat modeling. It is often described as the foundation of secure software design. But does it really work in practice? Threat modeling is supposed to be the map for secure design, anticipating attacker behaviors, identifying flaws early, and building resilience into applications before code is even written. But here's the problem. In many organizations, it never lives up to that promise. Instead, it's treated as a theoretical exercise, performed once and then forgotten. It requires specialist expertise, it rarely scales, and it's practically invisible to business leaders who struggle to see its value. Research comparing risk-first and risk-last approaches showed that teams who put risk first discovered twice as many high-priority threats. Yet, in the SANS 2025 CTI survey, only slightly more than 1/3 of organizations reported having a formal, documented threat modeling process. And in 4 separate empirical studies, researchers found that not one agile team fully integrated threat modeling into their sprints, even when given tools and training. Industry analysts reinforce this gap. Forrester's State of Application Security 2025 report found that fewer than 4 in 10 organizations use systematic threat modeling at scale. And Gartner's Hype Cycle for Security Operations 2025 revealed that fewer than 1 in 5 enterprises have adopted AI-enabled threat modeling tools, and that broad maturity is still 5 to 10 years away. Adoption is low, and real impact is limited. And the consequences ripple across all stakeholders. For developers, threat modeling feels like a slowdown rather than support. For AppSec teams, it becomes a series of one-off workshops that never scale. And for business leaders, the return on investment is invisible, because the value is measured by what doesn't happen. When threat modeling stays stuck in theory, everyone feels the impact. Sean's take is this. First, he believes in formal risk management, and in-depth threat modeling should sit at its core. Second, it must be baked into everyday processes, which means teams need to examine and update the way they work. And third, the real gap isn't the models themselves, but the failure to evolve our processes. That's why threat modeling remains stuck in theory. Threat modeling should be the foundation of secure design, but in most organizations, it's still just a theory. Has your organization found a way to make threat modeling continuous and useful? Or does it remain an afterthought? Share your stories so we can bridge the gap between promise and reality together. If this contradiction resonates, read the full companion article where Sean digs deeper into the research, the data, and the implications for each role. And to stay ahead on these conversations, subscribe to the Future of Cybersecurity newsletter, where the rest of the AppSec Contradictions series will be shared along with more perspectives on the future of security and business.